I got to talk about how impressed I've been with the Indiana Hoosiers. Now, it
Hoosiers.
seems that there have been a lot of teams in college football this year that were incapable of getting up for games that they should win. And they trip up. You saw Florida State trip up at Stanford. Of course, you saw really, you could make an argument that UCLA was kind of the game that got James Franklin canned. It started the peeling of the onion there. The Oregon game being what it was is a completely different thing. But UCLA is when the antenna started to raise, not Indiana. Indiana is focused. They have a good grasp of who they are as a team. They play with discipline, precision, action, and they went out and did what they were supposed to do against a team that is inferior to them in every way, which tells me they are not going to be for the slip ups and the letdowns. Indiana's for real.
And Kurt Signetti, the entire game, looked disgusted as it was happening. I mean, this is if you just watch Kurt Signetti on the sideline, Brian Curtis, you would probably think to yourself, they must be losing this game. This is obviously not going well for Indiana, but instead they cover, double cover in this game. I think that's a term we can use. It was 23.5, I think, the final spread for this game. I thought that was a big line for UCLA, one of the hottest teams in the country. Everyone's talking about Neuheisel, what he's been able to do with his offense. As soon as they lose this game in blowout fashion, it's back to Tim Skipper. Everything is about Tim Skipper, and we're all talking about Tim Skipper. Van giving a reaction right there as to why that might be the case.
What y'all doing? All I saw was Neuhauser. As soon as they lose, what's going on? I could do El Race, but I'm not going to. Okay, I'm gonna let that go because that's not what we're here for. We got Brian Curtis here. Okay, we have real analysis and real media expertise in the building. Brian, why do you think that they win? Neuhauser, Golden Boy, and then as soon as they lose, it looks like a 6 o'clock news. Why do you think that they would do that?
Do you think the email just went out to the graphics department at all the sports websites? Because I saw so many little cards, just went up and all had Skipper on them. I agree.
Little strange there. But back to the Indiana team. I mean, this team is obviously living up to the hype at this point. Mendoza, obviously Fernando Mendoza, looking like a Heisman candidate. His brother comes into this game. He looks pretty good as well. So just when you think you're done with one Mendoza, another one comes in, and Mendoza's this UCLA team. The game started with the pick six. Nico, again, was the guy who threw the pick six to open this game for UCLA. So that was a little bit tricky from the jump, and Indiana just continued to jump down the throats of UCLA. And I want to shout out Joel. Joel has been on the Nico train from day one. He has been saying that this is Nico's year. When we ask him to pronounce the last name, that's when he kind of pulls back a little bit. But again,
Right,
it's
can't do
all
that.
about Nico. He does not like the last name, but he likes Nico. And Chris Ryan even brought it up to us how much he loves the bit of Nico. But today he was a little bit snake bitten in this game, and UCLA could get nothing going. Brian, do you think that Indiana could win the national championship? I think for me right now, I'm buying into the hype. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
I am too. I love Fernando Mendoza today because he reminds me of an 80s quarterback in the way he moves around the pocket, how robotic he is. Remember the 80s when quarterbacks and power forwards weren't athletic? They were just really, they look very, very robotic, like a machine back there. That's what he looks like. And yet he gets it done. Like he's just kind of going sideways through the pocket, and then it's a huge completion. So I believe, absolutely.
He's a true point guard at quarterback, but he's an elite point guard, which means let's think he's not as saucy as like a Chris Paul, but give me like a good Tate. This is basketball stuff. Give me a good, solid, distributing point guard that can do everything you need him to do, but it doesn't come with any sauce. Chris Paul's maybe a little
TJ
too
McConnell,
soft.
right?
No.
You don't like TJ McConnell?
Man, shout out TJ McConnell, man.
He's got
shout out TJ McConnell. That's I'm not trying to hate on TJ McConnell at all. But it's not TJ McConnell, bro. Tate, You're a basketball guy. You were supposed to have that in the tuck. Malcolm Brogdon is what they're saying.
Okay, maybe Malcolm Brogdon's a good one.
Malcolm Brogdon, somebody like that. In the old school,
great
like
career.
Andre Miller. I guess Andre Miller and TJ McConnell is basically the same player, right? It's the same player.
I would give Andre Miller a little bit of the tip of the cap there. I want
Yeah,
to be
you'd have
respectful
to.
to Andre Miller. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
you
like
do.
that call. I think Malcolm Brogdon, who is a little bit robotic, I think that would be a nice mix there. And shout out to him. He decided he did not want to play basketball anymore and had a great career. So I want to give some love to Malcolm Brogdon. Must be 21 or older and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.